flex. The livest one in the section. With the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. It's time to bleed this morning. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Let's do this roll call, man. I want to get to this smoke. Miss Van Houder, salute to you. Good morning to you and the family. Columbia, salute. All around strong, my brother. What's going on? Tay, good morning. Louis Hayden, Stormy B-Man in here with everything. HMC, salute. Lost from the Jungle. Eric H, Todd Swindle, G McCall, Rod Neal, Robert Singleton, Chilltown Majors. 88, my brother, salute. Del Rev, Dion next up. Smash the like button, hype the video, share the video. We are our own algorithm. Let's not leave it up to Miguel to do anything for us. All right, look. First and foremost, special shout out to my brother Charles Martin. Didn't work out for him last night. Couldn't make the proper adjustments. It's boxing. I text him. He's fine. He texts me back. He's good. He plans on being back in the ring in I think he said June. So, you know, I support what he chooses to do. You know, so salute to him. You know, it's boxing, ladies and gentlemen. It's boxing. But I don't abandon ship. I can't speak for anybody else. That's my brother. We text each other every now and again. I text him before the fight, and I text him after the fight. All right? Shout out to F.A. Jagba. Let's see what's next for him. Good job. And this is the sport. Shaquilla Fields, salute. My brother, Coach Hudson, in the building. Bernard Gilbert, salute. So I want to get straight into this. This is what's going on right here. If you want to throw Richardson Hitches in there, if you want to, you can do that if you want to. But let me be very clear. I'm going to be very direct with this. I know boxing can be a show, but at the end of the day, you know, I don't mind, you know, the WWE clowning type thing. But at the end of the day, I want that event. You kids today play too much. And I know it's a show. This is how, this is what you do. You guys, everybody's a comedian. Everybody likes to get their cell phones and imitate movies and, you know, you could do some amazing things with your phones. Like I did this on my phone, you know, walking in a Home Depot and pranking people, risking life and limb. You need to stop playing with people because not everybody's playing. You know, you could do things like that. But at the end of the day, you know, after I'm done, are you fighting? You know, the jokey jokes are good. I'm not into that. I'm an older guy. I'm not into that. But let's get to the smoke. I was never, listen, let me tell you, I come from a different era. You got to be my age to understand what I'm about to say. Eric, salute. G McCall in that super chat. He says, these dudes all use Debo's name to sell their fights, but he's not the face of boxing. BS, hashtag dream team. Exactly. And that's the purpose of this show. I want these clowns to prove me wrong. I'm going to drop a link, and I'm open to speaking to unfamiliars. I'm open to that. I'm open to that. But if you follow BFTB and you're a member, he dropped the video yesterday. Now, I put up this live, like a couple of days ago or a day ago? And then I saw BF put up a video for members only. So I watched the video and I said, oh, wow, the irony behind that. So I'm not going to tell you what was said in the video. If you're a member, you know. That's what BF to tell you, but I know already. It's just interesting how he dropped that news. and this was my live. So I'm gonna talk my ish. Old coach, he gonna do more than that, brother. Michael Fleming, salute. He gonna do more than that. Eric Jordan in the building, salute. He gonna do more than that. He gonna do more than that. But that's not my, you know what I'm saying? It's not my news to break. Follow BFTB. Trey, what up? And I'm a member. The members saw it. I saw it. I said, well, look at that. That's wild. And that's cool. That's cool. I come from a different era. You know, if I had a problem with somebody in school, you know, get to school, get the homeroom, and everybody run up to you, yo, so-and-so was saying this or saying that. I'm like, okay. Well, when he see me, we're going to see what he going to say when I'm standing there. And what do you think happened? 10 times out of 10, when they saw me, they looked the other way. And everybody's saying, hey, they were saying, I remember one situation, not only was it was true what this dude was saying, but the damn teacher heard it. And let me tell you how petty this teacher was. The teacher didn't like him. So he told, he said, yeah, he was saying this and saying that. He not supposed to be doing that. But this teacher back then was a little on the young side. He was petty. He was so petty. I said, okay, we're going to see. So lunchtime, we in the yard. I'm like, what we doing? Nothing. Then he go to class. Now he talking. All right. What do you think he did after school? He ran. He ran to the bus. I'm like, you got to come to school. It's Monday. You got to come to school tomorrow. You know what he does? He come to school. He didn't come to school Tuesday. He came to school Wednesday with what? His parents. And all of a sudden, I was the problem. Perfect Black, salute. So I'm used to dealing with things like that on a personal level. And I could see it on a professional level, even in a fight sport. And I'm telling you, Devin's the only king in this meme. Everybody else just talking. They just talking. They just talking. That same kid, after his parents done squashed it and, you know, and he was still walking around saying, yeah, but if we fought, you know, I'd have fucked him up. Right. You know what everyone else said at that point? Why didn't you do it? Could have fought him in the yard before we lined up and went to school. You could have fought him at lunchtime. You could have fought him after school. You ran home. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. No difference here in boxing is each one of these fools on the page, with the exception of Devin, because Devin's no fool. These other fools, they have a fan base. The fan base likes their fighter, and Devin is the ultimate opposition. And they will ride with all the negative and overlook the positive. There is a list. What are we doing? My brother Trick Nolte in the building. My brother, he says, salute this morning, Drew, in the chat. Salute all. Salute, y'all. Salute, brother. Much love and appreciation. Thank you so much. That's my brother Trick Nolte in the building. They say everything but fight. Where's the lie? There's a list. Name someone on that list that said run it, and Devin said no. I'll wait. The Netric Banner in that super chat, he says, man, Key think he Craig more than Smokey. Let's talk about that for a moment. I mean, that was cute. He running around on his gram. You know, I was forgot what post I was on the gram, and you you get into conversations with these dudes, and this dude was like, yo, Keyshawn want the smoke. Go to his gram. Let me be very honest with you. I don't know if I follow Key. But there's a lot of fighters that I stopped following once I determined that they're FOS. Acronym, y'all, full of, said, what up? Son of Tank, salute. I don't, like, really, man. I'm an adult. You know, I mean, Key did this video. I think he actually went to the block where they filmed Friday. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's funny. You kids think that is cute. You kids think it's cute. I get it. You think it's cute. Okay. Beezy, what up? You think it's cute. All right, it's cute. Ha, 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 ha. Tony C, what up? Clay King, what up? It's cute. All right, I get it. I looked, I said, oh, he's on the block. He's on the block where, now, the dude on that I was having a conversation with on that thread, he says, no, he wants to fight. Go to the, and I'm telling him, I said, bro, listen. He called out Devin, went home the next day and started talking about Lewis Crocker. Why y'all acting like Devin got to run around and chase y'all? Why y'all acting like y'all bigger stars than him? You're not. Y'all fighting Devin is a blessing. It's not the other way around. He's the bigger star. He has more accolades. He's the guy everyone wants to beat, allegedly. But if they want to beat him and you're on the list, I don't understand what y'all doing. There should be people beating down his door to fight him. I'm even looking at Xander Zayas sideways, like, hey, bro, wait, hold on. You done made the joke, okay, ha, ha, ha. Yo, you gonna sue me. Yo, punch Dev in the face, man, do it. He said your name, you ain't like it. All you should be saying is, after the suing jokes is, well, if you want to get your ass kicked on the eve of the Puerto Rican Day Parade running. That's what you should have said. He didn't say that. And that's all of these dudes. Now, I'm going to give Xander some leeway because you're in a whole other division. I'm going to give you a little leeway. But the rest of these knuckle draggers, no. Devin was supposed to get called in the ring to face the winner of T.O. versus Shakur. Who's called into the ring? Conor Benn. What did I tell y'all about the WBC? When Chris Mannix asked him, what is the criteria? Spurger, what up? What's the criteria to move up those rankings? You heard him say it. I'm going to cut through all the red tape. He basically said, it's a popularity contest. He said Conor Benn is a star, sold a lot of seats, fought at a higher weight division, so he got to jump the line. Ryan Garcia is basically a star, and there's demand for him. And then when I tell y'all that the franchise status was created to protect their investments, they invented that status so Jamal Charlo, Big Charlo, Jamal Charlo didn't have to fight. So that Canelo didn't have to fight Jamal Charlo. Let me create the status so he could move along. And we got Amir Khan instead, or something like that. I forgot the order, but we didn't get Jamal Charlo. When it was time for Vasily Lomachenko to face Devin Haney, they gave another franchise status. So he vacated that and fought T.O. in a losing effort. And instead of ridiculing Loma for ducking Devin, the boxing public called Devin an email champion. You ever noticed that Mauricio Suleiman never put out a statement not to degrade the WBC champion? You noticed that? There was no protection for him. He protected everybody else. Alejandro Hermanes, he protected her. He protected Canelo. And it goes on. They laid the game plan out. They was trying to protect T.O., but he goofed up and lost to George Kambosos. They tried so hard to protect them. There was no protection for Devin Haney. There was no protection for Deontay Wilder. But niggas will come up here and say that there's no racism in boxing. Exactly, coach. Now they're saying Loma isn't a big win. Ridiculous with these people. And that's why I don't feel sorry for him. I want Zuffa to stomp. So I want them to stomp Mauricio in the WBC so bad that Mauricio got to get a real job. That's what I want. Stomp them out that they're in the negative, that they owe money. And Mauricio got to get a real job. Joe Townsend, my brother, salute. Copper, salute. That's what I want. That's what I want. Stomp them so bad that they're in the red. They've been around for years, and I want them to close their doors. I want everyone in those rankings to jump out of it. I want the fighters that have the green belts, whether they're silver, franchise, an interim, just throw them, do a Riddick Bowe. Throw them in the garbage and say, I'm not dealing with this. I'm not getting a fair shake. I've been working hard, training camps, been away from my family. Some of those guys might be on the verge of divorce, but they believe in their skills. They're like, yo, babe, listen, I'm going to get a big fight. I'm going to get $1 million fight. I'm ranked number 3. I'm going to get it. I might get Devin Haney. I might get this. I might get that. I might get Shakur. I might get. And then here come Ryan Garcia. What do you do with that? Go to Zuffa. That's what you do. You're never going to get a shot. Didn't T.O. tell Devin that? You're not going to get a shot, bro. What did he mean by that? Well, so between the WBC moving like that and the WBO having a no black fighter board in their offices, and don't tell me they didn't do it because the late, great Cameron Duncan said it was true. Who you going to believe? Him? Because Cameron Duncan's a white man. You ain't going to believe the white man now? You're not going to believe him? Or you going to believe Bob Arum, who was not only investigated by the FBI, but when he took the stand, he admitted that he fixed fights. Look it up. His place of business was invaded by the FBI. Look it up. I'm not lying about any of this. But you know what they did the whole time that was happening with Bob Arum and his corrupt ass? Stealing top rank from Muhammad Ali. The whole time, you know what they had you thinking for over 50 years? That Don King was the devil. He didn't do anything any different than Bob Arum did, than any promoter did. So if you're going to say that Don King is corrupt, then why isn't anyone else corrupt? Now, here's what I'm saying. It's like the rap industry now. A lot of these guys, they've made their bones not signing the labels. They may have been signed to a label for a little while, but they understand, hey, man, these people don't care about these labels. They care about me. And once the technology got better, they have studios in their house. They get a little Apple computer. They do beats. And the streets love the artists, and they're independent. And then these labels come, hey, man, come, sell with me. No. I'll get you a big distribution deal. No, I'll do it myself. And they keep all of their money. That sounds a lot like DHP, right? No, we're the talent. We're going to cut a temporary deal with you and you and you. And they're in and out. And this is the result. Cortez, what up? This is the result. He's the hottest thing smoking in boxing right now. You could talk about clinching and pillow fist and no chin. He's the hottest name smoking in boxing right now. And he has a list with his contemporaries. All they got to do is say yes. So after Keyshawn is done acting out Friday and Shakur's talking about catch weights and Conor Ben is boiling eggs and Tank Davis is, saying what he'll do to people, but he's running in strip clubs and beating up bottle girls. Devin's a top dog. Prove me wrong. 88 Sports Talk. It's all jokey jokes until that contract gets sent by Devin Haney Promotions. Then it's everything else but let's fight. Exactly. Now, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. And we're going to get this early. Prove me wrong. You ain't got to like it. I'm just asking you to prove me wrong. If you're an unfamiliar, cut on your camera. All right, because Miguel like to get up here. He sent his back shot minions up here. It's all flashing their private parts. Turn your camera on and leave it on. But y'all haters' jobs this morning is to prove me wrong. Devin Haney is the top dog. Real cute, Keyshawn. Are you gonna fight though? Shakur, you were supposed to call Devin in the ring after you demolished Tio. You called in kind of Ben. I wasn't confused. I kind of knew it wasn't going to be what was advertised. Tank, good luck in your court hearing. That's all I'm going to say about that. I hope you don't go to jail. I hope Shorty's lying. I hope there's a loophole. I hope you only get, if you're going to get time, I hope it's only 4 months. Get back in the gym. I really want to see what he does next. I want to see what he chooses to do. So there's the link. I'm pinning it on all 3 of my channels. Y'all bring y'all asses up here. I'm with the shits this morning. It's absurd. And it's funny because I planned on doing this like Thursday or Friday, and BF put out that video. And I was like, oh, wow. Well, there it is. There's no escaping this. So I'm with the jokes. That was real cute, Keyshawn, going wherever that was. Nada, what up? That was cute. Dude in that thread was like, yeah, go to Keyshawn's post. He actually wants to fight. I said, look, how could I believe what you say when I see what you do? How can I believe what you say when I see what you do? You beat Jermaine Ortiz. Good win. Ortiz ain't no chump. Good win. You called out Devin Haney. Love it. The next day, you talking about Lewis Crocker. I'm like, where'd that come from? Now watch this. Let me reduce it to, language that the airheads who think they're smart. Let me reduce it to a language that you guys understand. What's worth more money? What's worth more money? Davey, I see you. Davey, what's good?
Yo, what's up, Drew?
What's going on?
My question to you is this.
Mm-hmm.
Would the top dog send a 25% offer to Shakur? Will he do that, yes or no?
What do you mean?
Why would you send half of what somebody asked for if you really about the business, you really about to fighting everybody, you really that guy? Why are you sending duck offers like that?
You said that's 25. Oh, so we back to that. You want to talk about that?
Yeah.
Okay, so 25% wasn't reasonable?
No.
What else was he getting with that 25%?
He was fighting for free. That's what he would have been doing.
No. What else was he getting with that 25%? Got to answer the question, brother.
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. All right, so let me help you out. Because y'all are stuck on money. Okay. He was getting a shot at 4 belts with 1 fight. That's number 1. All right. It was going to be his first time on pay-per-view. That's number 2. Number 3, Devin was going to be drained. And that was Shakur saying that, not him. As a matter of fact, I was quite vocal that I didn't like that. That was a very winnable fight for Shakur. I told Bill, I said, bro, I don't like that. Devin's drained at 35. Don't like that. And Shakur knew that. 25%, right? And he was getting all of that. Of course, that would have been a 2-fight deal. And aside from that, that would have been his highest payday. Now, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Was that 25% more money than he made fighting Edwin De Los Santos in his next fight?
Yeah. But that would have been more than Devin had.
Wait, hold on. The 25% that he was about to make with Devin Haney, did he make more money fighting Edwin De Los Santos on ESPN the next fight? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, what was the prize? Was there not a bigger prize facing Devin with that 25%? A fight that he could have won? Or facing Edwin De Los Santos, a fight that he did win, but the industry dragged him, calling him boring? What was the better trade-off?
That's not a mega fight.
I'm sorry?
That's not a mega fight.
What's not a mega fight?
Shakur and De Los Santos.
Okay, so you remember what happened? You remember how they did Shakur after he beat De Los Santos, right? You remember that, right?
What, mocking him? Yeah.
Okay, now, did you think that was right?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Did you think that was right how they treated Shakur after he beat Edwin De Los Santos? Do you think that was right, how they did that?
He deserves, yeah.
So you saying that the boxing industry cutting Shakur up, you saying that they were right doing that?
Yeah, that was an awful performance, absolutely.
Horrible performance. Okay. So you're saying that he'd have made out better fighting Devin Haney, financially wise, in the fight he could have won, yes?
No. With De Los Santos, he would have all the money he deserved. With Devin Haney, he would have got half the money.
Wait, I'm confused. What's your position on this? You're saying that Devin Haney lowballed Shakur. Is that your point?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm asking you, did he do better financially in his next fight? Yes or no?
In the grand scheme, yes.
So Shakur did better financially in the De Los Santos fight?
It's better for his career.
It was, because they tore his ass up in the media in that fight, after that fight. So how was that better?
Because now he could have a mega fight with Haney and not get cheated.
That's not wait, not get cheated.
Yeah.
Who got cheated?
25% is stealing money from Shakur.
Okay, all right. So we're on the money. So let's stay on the money. Because you're all over the place, Davey. I'm trying to give you an opportunity here.
Oh, you asked me a question that had nothing to do with anything.
No. I was actually talking about things now, but you want to go back to the 25%. So let's go back to the 25. I'm going where you want to go, brother. So let's stay on the 25%. I asked you, did Shakur do better fighting Edwin De Los Santos financially than he did with Devin? That's what I'm asking you. And your response is?
It's probably the same.
Probably? We can't do it probably, brother, because no one knew who Edwin De Los Santos was.
Well, nobody knows what a fight that would have made it. So it's all speculation.
Wait, hold on, brother. The fight was going to be on pay-per-view. So even though it was 25%, it would have been more fighting with Devin Haney, and a fight he could have won because Devin was drained, as per Shakur. 25% would have been more with Devin than him being the A side fighting Edwin De Los Santos in a stinker.
Well, again,
would you agree with that?
Yeah, but De Los Santos isn't as big as a name as Devin, so it's
that's what I'm saying, brother. Why would you? Okay, do you believe in sacrifice?
No.
Let's say 25% is lowballing. Do you believe in sacrifice?
No. So
you don't believe in sacrifice. So you don't believe it was smart for Devin Haney to take B-side money, go to Australia to face George Kambosos with no camp in the corner the first time to win undisputed, and then go back to defend it with low money to defend undisputed and then come back. You didn't believe in that?
Well, no, that was a lick, and the reason he defended it was because it was in the contract to fight him twice.
Okay, but to go over there. Now, I didn't want him to go over there because I thought he was going to get robbed. But Devin went, and he was B-side money going over there. He had to go over there and win undisputed. George had 3 belts. He had 1. He was the B-side money.
But
Home court advantage to George Kambosos. So when I ask you, do you believe in sacrifice? You don't believe in sacrifice? Devin wasn't even doing that to Shakur. He wasn't doing that.
No, that's not a sacrifice because Kambosos is not.
Huh?
That's not a sacrifice because Kambosos isn't a mega fight either way.
Wait, hold on, brother. No, I disagree. George Kambosos was a unified champion. There's no way that you can cut that. He beat Teofimo Lopez, who was a major player at that time. You can't undermine what he did. He said, if you want undisputed, Devin, you got to come to my country and do it. And against our better judgment, because we didn't want it. By the time Black called Bill said Devin in the air already. We were like, don't go. And then when Devin got to Australia, they stopped his cut man at customs. So when you talk about sacrifice, Devin is about that action. And what I find is nobody in the boxing world respects it, but that's okay, because all I see is the work. So when y'all start talking about a 25%, as if that was Devin ducking by a low ball, I disagree. Because Devin, that's not the first time Devin took B-side money, man. And he fought on hostile territory. So what do you mean that's not a mega fight? George had 3 belts in the country behind him. Devin had no fans over there. What are you talking about, brother?
That's the case, then Josh Taylor would have been a mega fight, whoever he fought. Having belts has nothing to do with the business of boxing.
Wait, hold on. Josh Taylor that got smoked by Teofimo Lopez?
Yes.
That guy?
Yes, exactly.
Well, Josh Taylor's a megastar in Scotland. What are we talking about here?
There's no such thing. He was never.
What do you mean? Brother, do you watch boxing? Or do you watch Shakur? Do you watch boxing?
I watch boxing. Having belts doesn't make you a mega star. That's why I brought him up.
Oh, you're absolutely right. And Mauricio Sillyman just clarified that. Mauricio Sillyman just clarified that. Having belts don't mean anything, because every sanctioning body has devalued their own belts. And this is why we're in the predicament that we're in right now.
Well,
all I see is the action.
I don't think that's true, Drew. I don't think that's true about that belt statement right there, because depending on who you take that belt off of, per se, one of them young up-and-coming dudes, Mexican dudes, took a belt off of Floyd Mayweather or Devin Haney, that's going to send them to superstardom overnight. So that I can't agree with that.
Well, here's my point.
Well,
Davey, I think that your opinion towards things is very warped. And the answers are right in front of you, and you refuse to acknowledge what you're looking at.
Okay, so is that twice the star for it? That's what you. The fair deal.
Wait, you broke up, brother. Start from the beginning. What'd you say? You broke up.
Is Devin twice the star Shakur for him to take 3/4 of the profit? It is the star of Shakur is. That's.
Well, I'm gonna give you 2 answers. Number 1, yes, he was. Number 2, yes, he is. He was back then, and he is right now.
Wow.
And I'm gonna tell you something else. This is why. See, hold on. This is why I didn't want to revisit the 25%, because it's a dead issue. But what about now? What about right now? Devin wants to smoke right now. He calls Conor Benn in the ring. What's your explanation to that? What is that?
Hold on. Forget right now. Back then, Devin Haney had only had 1 pay-per-view fight in Oklahoma, and he sold 150K. So he's not a star.
How do you know he sold 150K?
Because that's what Google said. He sold.
Wait, who said that? Who said that?
That's what comes up when you look it up on Google.
Wait,
So
Google said that?
that's what
Bro,
Google.
you're so ignorant, dude.
Let me ask you a question. Did Bill say that?
I don't know what Bill said.
Okay, so do you know who I talked to?
Bill.
Okay, so please stop right there. Let's not do that.
Oh, okay. So how much did it sell then?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
What's the relevance?
Since I can't, cause you saying he's twice the star Shakur is, but
He is. You know why? You know how I know? You know how I know? You want to know how I know? This is the petty part. This is the petty part.
And
Because you're on here trying to cap for Shakur. All right? And it's not working, brother. I'm trying to save you from yourself. Okay, Shakur didn't even sell a pay-per-view at all. And he was getting an opportunity with Devin. He didn't sell a pay-per-view at all. And he ducked Devin. He ducked Devin, right? And went on to fight on free TV at his hometown. And all the everyone ripped him for being boring, which I disagreed with, by the way. I disagreed with that. I said they treating Shakur really bad. They ripped him. And I said, man, he should have just fought Devin. Because he wouldn't have gone through all of this. He wouldn't have gone through all of this. I didn't say that was a stinker. I said it was De Los Santos' responsibility to stop Shakur from moving around. He couldn't catch him. That's what I said. And I said, man, for all of this, he should have broke bread with Devin. He'd have made more money, and it was a fight that he probably could have won. That's what I said. But 25% was too low. It wasn't too low. Let me explain something to you. Because if you don't understand where you come from, if you don't understand the mistakes of the past, you're going to repeat them in the future. Now, listen to me very carefully, Davey. I didn't bring up the 25%, and here's why. Because of what I just said. He ducked Devin back then, and we were we were told that the winner of Tio versus Shakur was going to call Devin out, and we got Conor Ben. And I'm like, what happened to Devin? So he ducked him, saying that there wasn't enough money, but he never been on pay-per-view. And now he was on a pay-per-view and he still ain't call out Devin. And there's nothing but money, opportunity, and bragging rights if you could beat Devin. And he calls Conor Ben in the ring. Your thoughts on that? Please justify that. I'm listening.
How do you duck somebody that already told you that they don't want to give you the money you deserve? How is that?
I'm explaining it to you. Who's sponsoring this fight? Who's sponsoring the fight, brother? Who's sponsoring the fight?
I don't know. It could be anybody. I don't know.
Oh, no. Whoa. Turkey out of Sheik ain't behind all of this? Okay, so money's not the issue. It's different. What a difference 2 years make, right?
Turkey wasn't there.
All right, but Turkey wasn't there, and Shakur fumbled that ball. This is a new day. This is why I didn't want to revisit the 25%.
That ball, Devin was scary. That's what happened.
Oh, you on that type of time. Okay, I'm not going to engage with you.
How was Devin scared?
Wait, hold on. Insane. Stop. I got this. Now he's bursting at the seams. Because I know what kind. Now you revealed yourself as a hater. Because I haven't lied not once. Here's the reality. Your man ducked 25%, a shot at Undisputed in one fight, in his first time on pay-per-view.
You said
he said it was because of money, and I said that Devin ain't on that type of time. Devin took short money numerous times, and he left the country to do it.
That's a
so what you're admitting is Shakur has no heart. But never mind that. It's a new day. It's a new day, brother. Because when he was supposed to call out Devin after he absolutely smoked Teofimo Lopez, he calls Conor Ben to the ring. Why? Who's scary now?
Because Devin didn't want to give him the money. That's why.
All right, fine. You want to stay on that? I'm not trying to change your mind because you're hearing, but you're not comprehending because you have an extreme level of cognitive dissonance. I understand that. So what happened the other week when he called Conor Ben instead of Devin Haney? The money's not the problem, brother. What's the problem now?
How do you know the money's not the problem?
Are you slow?
Okay,
let's go through it again.
I know what you're saying.
Who's sponsoring these events?
But
who's sponsoring the events, brother?
There's still a split.
Brother. Who's sponsoring these events? We just agreed it was Turkey out of Sheik, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so money is not the problem. Yes?
Is there not still a split in the fight?
Oh my God, brother. I'm gonna say it again. You said money's was the problem back then. Let's roll with that. Money's not the problem now. It's not the problem now. There is no A side, B side in Riyadh season. Turkey says how much you want. That's what it is. So all the excuses are removed. The fighters say that. Turkey says how much you want. Bet, let's run it. And the agreement was whoever won between Shakur and Tio was going to call out Devin. Shakur won, and we got Connor Ben. Why?
Like I said, it's probably still a money split, and Shakur wants to be on top of it. That's all.
Okay, so Shakur wants to be on top of the money split. Then who's ducking the fight?
Devin.
Hold on. Shakur wants to be on top of the money split, and it's Devin's fault?
Yes, he doesn't want to give what's due to Shakur.
All right, let's go here, because that's not true, but let's go here. Did Shakur say it was a money split situation? Did he say it? Yes or no? He said it when?
Yeah. He said
when?
He said that it was going to go to the sanctioning bodies to get him more of a bigger.
Wait, hold on. When? When did he say, from the time he beat Teofimo Lopez, when did he say money is holding up me fighting Devin?
No, the first time that I don't
No,
know.
I'm talking about now, brother. I'm talking about right now. Right now.
I'm not talking about right now. I'm talking
No,
about.
I'm talking about right now, because I'm not reaching you. I'm not reaching you in the past, brother. But I just told you. If you don't correct the past, you're doomed to repeat the same mistake in the future. And here we are. We all thought the winner was gonna call out Devin Haney, and we get Connor Ben. So I'm asking you, when did Shakur say what's holding me and Devin up right now is money? When did he say that?
He didn't, but Devin already.
Stop. He didn't say that. He didn't say that. So you said it was probably money, but he didn't say that, brother.
He doesn't want to play ball. He already did that.
But we agreed that money's not the issue now. Turkey's involved. You just agreed to that.
You agreed to that. I didn't agree to that.
Oh, so you saying money could be you said it could be the issue, so you're not sure.
I'm saying it probably is the issue because he already showed.
Okay, so you're saying it probably. You know, probably is not a definite, right? You know, probably is not a definite. Either it is or it isn't. And I'm telling you, Turkey's involved. Money's not the issue. So if money's not the issue, why are you putting that in the mix? When I'm saying there's no excuse for them not to fight next. Devin put Shakur on the list. Devin put Shakur on the list. Why is Shakur not jump? You know what he did say?
What?
I'm not trying to step on little brother Keyshawn. That's what he said. He didn't say nothing about Turkey ain't coming up out the pockets. He didn't say nothing about that. He said Keyshawn want that smoke. I'm gonna let my little brother get it. That's what he said. He said nothing about money. That's what he said. Did he not say that?
Because the first time that you keep trying to skip over.
Dude, what are you talking about? The first time is irrelevant. The first time is irrelevant because the circumstances are different. Dude, are the circumstances the same? Dude, look, I know you're a Shakur fan, but I deal with logic. If Devin was wrong, I'd be saying he's wrong.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would. Absolutely, I would. You don't follow my show. You just hear because you see Shakur here and you want to justify him by any means. And it's foolish. Brother, that's foolish. That's why I asked you, do you watch boxing? You're a Shakur fan.
Just told me.
You're a Shakur fan, and I get it. But this is logic.
This is logic. Than Shakur. That's some old bullshit. He was never a better than Shakur. It was always about the same.
How many pay-per-views has Shakur sold?
I don't know. He probably sold a lot.
Okay, so all right, stop. You gotta stop, brother. I gotta save you from yourself. You gotta stop. He was a bigger star in your mind because that's your man or you from his town. I get it, brother. But he's not a bigger star than Devin. He's not. But I can tell you what, they could do some numbers if they fought each other. And who's holding that up? Shakur's holding it up, bro. Even right now, you done threw a bunch of excuses out there, and all of them got debunked. What are we doing here, brother? What are we doing?
Fair offer the first time. He was scared, right?
Who? What?
Why didn't Devin send him a fair offer the first time?
The first offer was fair. Shakur was scared. Let's go here. Is Shakur a liar? Since you want to be petty, is Shakur a liar? Yes or no? Hello. Is Shakur a liar?
I don't know. What you mean?
You don't know? You want me to help you out with that?
Yeah. What? It probably has nothing
Do
to
you
do with.
remember the pool party after Devin beat Loma? You remember the pool party? The infamous bottle service signed the contract? You remember that?
Faintly, yeah, I remember it. Yeah.
Faintly, let me bring you up to speed so you can remember it fully. There was a pool party that Shakur was invited to because at that time, Devin and him were friends. Shakur with his boys, looking like the snake he was, sends bottle service over to Devin, told him I signed a contract. Do you know what I did, Davey? You don't know what I did? When I saw that video, you know what I did? I called Bill. I said, Bill, y'all got a contract from Shakur? He said, what? He started laughing over the phone, bro. He said, what contract? He said, man, that kid playing ain't no contract. But you know what Bill did do? He went to Bob Arum. Hold on a second. He goes to Bob Arum, right? 1 second, y'all. Hold on. I'm sorry. He goes to Bob Arum. And he says, before we get out this contract, we want one more fight. One more. He sat down and had brunch with Bob Arum. Want one more fight with Shakur. And Shakur said no. That's the truth. That's the truth. So now, this is why I didn't want to talk about back then. Because the purpose is not to make Shakur look bad. That's a bad boy in the ring. I want to know what's up now. And you're still talking about money. Turkey's involved. It's not money. It's not money.
How come Devin didn't have heart back then? That's what we want to know.
Well, I want to know why you see. I just debunked you back then. Shakur didn't have the deep enough pockets, and he didn't have the balls back then to fight Devin drained. And when I talk about sacrifice, Devin was draining himself to make 135, but he still went to Australia 2 times to fight George Kambosos and become undisputed on short money. He wasn't beefing about money. He wasn't beefing about pay-per-view sales. He got the job done.
There's a reason.
And y'all don't see that. Shakur wouldn't even consider doing that.
There's a reason why after he beat Kambosos twice, he fought.
There's a reason why this guy, there's a reason why Shakur is not on the same level as Devin, because he's not making the same sacrifice. And look at Devin now. Devin's fighting on pay-per-views, right? And he's not even the last fight, and y'all running around clowning, oh, he's not the main event. But if you look up the payouts, he's the highest paid on the goddamn cards. Y'all try so hard to discredit this kid, and I don't get it, because all I see is the work. All I see is the work, and all you're doing is trying to talk this kid down, and I'm saying, fuck talking him down, fight him. And you want to bring up what happened 2 years ago, that's done. Shakur already fucked that up. Whether you want to believe it or not, that's up to you. But I'm talking about now, money's not the issue. All he got to do is say, I'm on that list, run it. Brian Norman is the only person that said run it.
Shakur said,
what's up with everybody else?
Shakur had to go to the sanctioning bodies to get more money because Devin wanted to cheat him. He had to go to the sanctioning bodies to go ask for more money because Devin wanted to cheat him.
You know what's ridiculous? You still want to talk about back then.
The conversation,
and it's not only is it irrelevant, but you're wrong on that.
So it's not
but that's gonna spin back to what I'm saying. Let me ask you a question, because you said you don't know. I'm gonna ask you one more time. Is Shakur a liar? Yes or no? Yes or no? Is he a liar?
Going off your story, sure.
No, it's not going off my story. My story is based off the facts. All I'm doing is telling you what happened. See, you know what happened, but you don't want to admit it. Now, let me tell you why Shakur is a liar. Let me tell you why he's a liar. First of all, that bottle service, he was full of shit. There was no contract. That's one lie. Okay, you want to talk about Devin lowballing him? What did he do to Jamel Herring? Uh-oh.
I don't know what he did to Jamel Herring.
Oh, you don't know. Now you don't know. I know you know. You watch BFTB, Davey?
No.
You're lying. You don't watch BFTB?
No.
So you don't know what happened between Shakur and Jamel Herring? His friend, his former friend. You don't know what happened?
No,
You
that's
tell me
all.
you don't know what happened?
All I know is that they used to be friends. That's all I know.
Okay, so you don't know what happened. You don't know that they're not friends no more because of money?
No, I thought they were still friends.
How he snaked. Well, I'm gonna give you the short version. He snaked Jamel, went behind his back, went to the sanctioning bodies, got more money, and said, it's just business. And then whooped his ass in the ring. Do your research, brother. Shakur's not a good dude. Now, I don't talk about things like this. I try to keep it boxing, like in the ring.
Well, I mean,
But I'm not going to let you come up here and talk him like he's some sort of victim. He's not.
Well,
This is why I don't want to talk about the past, because right now he's repeating it in the future. Because right now you said it's probably money. And I'm telling you, Turk is involved. So the last thing these fighters are talking about is the lack of money. It's not money. He was supposed to call Devin Haney in the ring, and he called Conor Ben. And you're talking about money.
That's what
It's
y'all
not
wanna
money.
Devin Haney already showed he didn't want the smoke. That's why he didn't call him out. They would have been.
No, okay, all right. Here's what we're gonna do. You know what? I'm not even gonna get into this. I'm not even gonna get into that. There's no change in your mind. But I'm gonna read something to you. And pay attention. I have it up on the screen. If you could see it on the screen, you can read it yourself. It's called cognitive dissonance. It's a theory in social psychology. It refers to the mental conflict that occurs when a person's behaviors and beliefs do not align. It may also happen when a person holds two beliefs that contradict one another. This is what you're doing right now, brother. Right now. It's okay to root for Shakur, brother. But the facts are the facts. I did not lie on this kid not one time. I'm just asking why not. And you brought up all of these excuses, because that's what they are. They are excuses, brother. And it's making him look bad. This is bad. All I asked was, why are you inviting Conor Ben? I didn't even know Conor Ben was going to be in New York. Why are you inviting him in the ring when everyone was told the winner is fighting Devin? Now, let me take it back for a second. David, do you know I spoke to Teofimo Lopez at the 2 weeks before the actual event? Do you know I spoke to him?
Yeah.
Okay, so you saw me speak to him. What did he tell me about Devin when I asked him? What did he tell me? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember.
Okay, let me bring you up to speed. Because Teofimo's a liar. I don't like liars, brother. I don't. All I asked him was, what happened at 135? I said, was this your plan? To get another fight, spin the block, and fight Devin? And he said, the fight got more motion, right? And I said, well, you tell me. He said, it got motion, right? You tell me. That's what he told me. The fight had motion when he was one fight away from really being undisputed. Because then I had queued up on my other phone what he said after he lost to Kambosos. The goal was never to fight Devin Haney. So he's a liar, and I was going to catch his ass, and people saw me going in my pocket, take out the other phone, and it killed the interview. I left him to go talk to Eddie Hearn. And between that, I spoke to who? Keyshawn Davis. Do you know I spoke to Keyshawn Davis? Did you see that?
No, I didn't see it.
Okay, I spoke to him that same day. And I said, well, I heard on the undercard, you were supposed to fight Richardson Hitchens on the co-main. And he said, I don't be online. I don't know nothing about that. Well, 10 minutes later, who shows up? Richardson Hitchens. And then they're talking. And I said, yo, I thought you didn't know. He says, nah, chill. So in one day, Keyshawn lied to me and fucking Teofimo lied to me. Okay? So when I ask you, is Shakur a liar? I know this kid's lied in the past. I want to know if you know that. I know you support the kid, but here's the deal. Let me explain something to you. Here's why I told you I could be a Devin Haney fan all I want, but if these guys are lying, I also have personal integrity and I have a brand. I'm not going to support you if you're a liar. I could love you all I want, but if you're lying, I can't support a lie because it makes me look bad as a man, brother. As a man. I can like Devin all I want, but if he's caught in a lie, I'm like, yo, bro, hey, I can't support this. I have personal integrity.
That's interesting. Told me that.
Say that again, bro. You chopped up a bit. Say that again.
That's told me that Devin was the same.
Hold on, bro. You breaking up bad. Wait, you breaking up kind of. Wait, go slow because you breaking up. Say it again.
Told me that had twice notoriety. Of course, well, you know.
Hold on, chat. Can y'all hear him?
Hello?
Yeah, it's like you breaking up every other word. You breaking up. You got on a headset or something?
I don't got nothing.
Oh, okay. All right. The audio was dropping in and out. All right, let me try it again. All right, say it again. Go ahead.
You got finished telling me that Devin was twice the notoriety and popularity as Shakur. That's a damn lie.
How is it a lie? How many times Shakur been on pay-per-view?
One time.
Okay, how many times Devin been on pay-per-view?
Probably like 3 or 4 now.
Okay, so how much money has Devin Haney generated as opposed to Shakur?
At the time,
that's a trick question, brother. There's no number. That's a trick question. Let me help you out a bit. Let me help you out.
Time he only sold 100.
Let me break it down in simple terms.
150K with Lomachenko.
Who has deeper pockets? Let's do that. Who has deeper pockets?
Devin.
Who has a better resume?
Devin.
So what are we talking about?
At the time they were supposed to fight, neither sold anything.
At the time they were supposed to fight, who was undisputed?
Devin.
Thank you. So who was the A side in that situation?
Devin. Who
How? When he's undisputed, what are we talking about? When Devin went to fight George Kambosos, who was the A side?
It was Kambosos.
Okay, and I agree. So how the hell is Devin undisputed, undefeated, but Shakur be the A side? How? And you just said he never been on pay-per-view. Devin was undisputed. Shakur never been on pay-per-view, and Devin got deeper pockets. How is Shakur the A side in that equation?
Here's the thing. The reason why everybody talks about Kambosos versus Devin is because that he wasn't really the A side, but Devin accepted the B side off. Devin really was the A side, but he accepted the B side.
No, he was not the A side, brother. George had all the belts.
That doesn't have anything to do with anything.
Watch this. George had all the belts, and he had a country behind him. He had a whole country behind him because Black American fighters, we don't count.
Like Ryan never fought for a belt, but if he fought Devin, he'd be the A side.
How?
Selling more.
He does?
Yes.
How much pay-per-views did Ryan Garcia sell without Tank?
Or a better example would be versus Keyshawn.
All right, how many pay-per-views did Ryan Garcia sell without Tank Davis?
Nothing.
Say again?
Nothing.
Okay, great. So how does that make him a rock star? Because the very next event after Tank knocked him out, he fought on free TV and half the Toyota Center was closed off. And it wasn't pay-per-view.
Because
he needs a dance partner, brother. He needs a dance partner. Let's not get it confused. He needs a dance partner.
It does. Only a handful of fighters don't need a dance partner to make money. And
exactly. Name them.
Tank usually does like 300K, but with Brian, he did $1 million. So that means
you're making my point, brother. You're making my point. You're making my point.
How?
This is not unreasonable. This is not rocket science. You see what's happening here is you're trying to make the case. I know you're a Shakur fan, and that's okay. But we're dealing with the facts. I think him versus Devin is an excellent fight. All I asked was, why didn't he call him into the ring?
Would you work for half of your money that you're supposed to get?
What are the conditions? This is the art of negotiation. This is the art of negotiation. What are the conditions?
You getting half of your money and you doing the same work. That's the condition.
What are the conditions? No. Don't do that. Devin took short money, but what was the prize?
The prize is the money.
No. I'll ask you again. Devin took short money versus Kambosos, but what was the prize?
The prize was the belts.
Okay. So then I just asked you, you said that Shakur was a bigger star than Devin. And I said, how? Who has better accolades? You said Devin. Who has deeper pockets? You said Devin.
I said
who's been on pay-per-view? Who's been on pay-per-view? You said Devin. So I said, well, who's the bigger star? You said Shakur. How?
In order for somebody to take 3/4 of the profit, that means they would have to be twice as popular. In no way, shape, or form has Devin ever been twice as popular as Shakur, ever.
Are you from Jersey?
Yeah.
Well, we could have cut through all the red tape if you'd have just said that. All right. Yeah, whoever was on the panel, y'all come on back. Now it makes sense. I'm not from the Bay. I'm from the Bronx. I fucks with fighters that get the job done. I'm not from Alabama, and y'all know Deontay was on my panel a couple of days ago. I fuck with fighters that do the work. If you do the work, I fucks with you.
25.
There's fighters right here in my city that I don't fuck with because they ain't doing the work.
Is people you don't is a duck.
Huh? Do what?
I said all I know is 25% is a duck.
All I know is that not calling Devin in the ring with money not being an issue, that's a duck. So I'm not going to change your mind on 25%. Shakur fucked that up already. If Devin took short money to get 4 belts and have a bigger resume, the result of his work is why Turkey pays him millions of dollars now. And Shakur has an opportunity to do the same thing, and he's still ducking. There's no excuse for him to have called Conor Bennett to the ring when he could have clearly called Devin. When I asked you, what's the problem now? You said probably money. And I said, well, do you know that? You said no.
I
told you what the problem is. He said, I'm not going to step on little brother, his brother Keyshawn. So I said, well, shit, how did Keyshawn get into this? Well, fine. Well, guess what? Devin's with the shits with both of them. There's no excuse.
He's definitely not with the shits with either of them. But
how do you know that? How do you know that?
Send him fair money the first time.
Now, I'm going to tell you what it is. You don't want to see Shakur get his ass kicked. That's what it is. The thought of Shakur getting his ass kicked bothers you. That's what it is.
If he believed that, he would have sent him at least 40. Like, what the fuck?
No, wow. Watch this. If Turkey Al-Rashid goes to Shakur and says, my friend, how much you want for Devin? Whatever Shakur says he wants, how about he'll get it? Now, watch this. What if you find out he says, man, I told Turkey I wanted $150 million for Devin. Is that a price out?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so what if it was? What if he said they want $150 million? Would you say he's ducking Devin?
I would.
You're a liar. Rich, what up, bro?
And
What's up, Drew? What's up, Drew? What's going on?
What's good, brother? What's good? Now, listen, I'm not, please, I don't want anyone in here insulting anybody and cussing anybody out. Let's not do that. We're just having a disagreement. Let's not do that to each other.
Right.
All right? Just keep it clean. But your opinion on the conversation, Rich?
I mean, right now, boxing is at, Devin kind of got the keys to the door. The thing is, won't nobody come in there. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm a big Shakur fan myself, but I feel like he shouldn't have jumped out there if he knew he wasn't going to commit all the way to the fight with Devin. As far as the rest of these dudes, like I said, like Keyshawn, high risk, low reward. Conor brings nothing to the table. 5'5" don't even fucking exist to me. And I mean, Xander, I think Xander right now would be the best fight for him if he don't, of course, Shakur fight, that's of course, but if he don't get that, I like the Xander fight. The Keyshawn fight, again, Keyshawn don't bring nothing to the table. You know what I'm saying? He'll form, and I'm not saying, I watch all these fights. I'm not like these certain fans that's just be so scared to where they'll be, oh, he don't want to fight. Look, if you scared for your favorite fighter to lose, just say that. I don't care. I want to see all these fights. Win, lose, or draw. That's boxing. But with some of these fights, they don't make sense right now. Like Keyshawn, I really feel like Keyshawn clout chasing. I don't think he really want to fight with Devin, because if you did, just say you want to fight, all this extra shit in the media doing all that, bro, that ain't gonna help you get to fight no sooner.
Real shit.
So like, but I think Devin should go after that Xander Zayas fight and then come back and revisit 47. And then my thing about this is this. You got people saying something about the Xander Zayas fight. Oh, Devin trying to do this. But damn, when he just put out a list, y'all was saying, oh, the list full of 35 and 40 pounders. Now he go the fuck up and y'all still got something to complain about. Like, I don't know what Devin, he can't be right.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
He can't be right.
He can't be right.
And then he's
now, with respect to everything that happened in the past. The past is the past. I think that Shakur was full of shit then too.
Yeah.
But never mind that, because this is a different situation. Now, the brother Davey said it probably is money. But then when I asked him, Turkey's involved, do you think it's money? Okay, it's not money. Trust me, it's not money. Because when it was asked, look, I always say, how could I believe what you say when I see what you do? We were told, the community was told, that the winner of Tio and Shakur was fighting Devin.
Yeah.
And then Conor Ben gets called into the ring. I was confused. And then Shakur, at the end of the fight, his fight, he says, I want Devin. So he calls out Devin. This guy calls in Conor Ben. You think that Shakur and Keyshawn didn't plan that? If you don't think they didn't plan that, you're dumb. So now Keyshawn's running around. And then what Shakur did say is, I'm not trying to step on little bro. I'm not trying to step on little bro. All right, cool. So one of them got to fight. Somebody got to fight.
Yeah.
Somebody got to fight. And nobody's fighting because they say everything but fight. All these guys is full of shit, bro. They full of shit. All I want is a fight. I'm old school. I don't care about no internet trolling. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Who's fighting? Who's
and that's
fighting?
my thing. That's my thing. I don't care who went. Like, some of my favorite, James Toney got 10 losses. That's my favorite fighter ever. I don't care about no loss. I want to see the fight.
Show me the fights. That's all I want. All I want is the fights.
Yeah,
and what I hear from these guys'
loss.
fan bases is they're justifying why their guy doesn't have to fight.
That's sick to me, because like I said, my favorite fighter got 10 losses and I still pick James Toney to kick everybody's ass. I don't care about none of that. So yeah, that's just scary fan bases, Drew. Scary. They scared.
Man, this is disgusting. This is disgusting. Press.
The interview too.
So I have a question. Why is Devin Haney picking on Xander Zayas when he has competition in 147?
I was just screaming how weak 147 was.
Stop immediately.
Here's what y'all do, right?
Y'all killed 147. Y'all killed 147.
Here's what.
Hold on, Rich.
That's crazy, bro.
Press.
That boot too big.
Press. First of all, I read what you wrote in there. All right, you might want to stick to the tank conversation.
Now let's go back
There's
to
no
47.
way a guy at a lighter weight class can pick on a guy in a heavier weight class. That just doesn't exist.
Whoa.
Right?
That's not what I mean by
Xander has a belt at 54. He's a champion and he's bigger.
This is what y'all do. Y'all go for these guys. This is what Devin Haney does. He plans stuff.
Young man, is there a list? Yes or no? We're gonna cut to the bullshit right now. Prez, who on that list?
Zayas was not on the list.
But y'all just finding shit to complain about at this point. If he would have called out Tyson Fury, you would have complained about it. Like, there's nothing he can do to where y'all satisfied. Y'all bitched about 147, said it was a weak division. Y'all tripped about 147 and said it was weak.
I saw the list in May, March, wherever he had it on 20.
Wait, hold on, Press. Is there a list? Yes or no?
There is a list.
Okay, fine. Let's stop right there. You were the same person that was saying Devin should go fight Jack Catterall because that's his man, though.
Yes.
You're not saying that. Okay, well, watch this. Is Jack Catterall worth any money?
Now it's about money. I thought
Oh
Devin
yeah,
didn't care
right.
about money.
Oh, now
I
we're
thought
not
Devin
talking
didn't
about
care about money.
You don't want to talk about it. All right,
I thought Devin didn't care about money. I thought he cared about legacy.
So let's not talk
Y'all
about money
told
then.
me he cared
Let's
about
not
Cattle
talk
not a
money.
legacy
Is
fight.
there more
Cattle
money?
not a
That's
legacy
money.
fight.
That's his
Is there
mandatory.
more
That's
money?
number one.
Is there
That's
more
not a
money?
legacy fight.
Is there more money fighting Xander Zayas or Jack Catterall?
And which one bigger legacy?
Why do
Y'all
you
told me that he wanted to become undisputed, wanted to collect belts at 147. That's what I heard from
Who
Devin
are the
Haney
belt
fans.
holders on
But
the
So
y'all
list?
was
why is
just
going for
crying.
Who are
154?
the belt holders on
Y'all
the
just
list?
cried. Oh, but
The
Drew,
belt holders is Mario Barrios currently. He has a fight lineup with Ryan.
and y'all
Oh,
just
wow.
said
Is
all
Mario
them
Barrios
was
on the list?
weak.
Let me
Wait, hold on, Rich. Hold on, Rich.
let me
Rich.
say all the belt
Hold
holders.
on, Pez. Is Mario Barrios on the list?
Yes, but why is
So
he
what's
gonna
he
fight?
doing now? What's he doing right now? What's he
He's
doing
about to
right
have
now?
his fight. He's about to have his fight.
Okay, so why are you bringing up Mario Barrios? Is that Devin's
Why
fault
can't I
or
bring him
Luis
up?
Silverman's
Why?
fault?
So wait, what's stopping Mario Barrios and Devin after the fight to set up whoever wins that fight to set up the match for the WBC belt? What's stopping them from
Barrios
doing
got to
that?
win. Barrios got to win.
Yeah, I'm saying either or. I'm saying either
do you
Ryan
mean
But
or
bro,
Wait a minute.
Mario.
Whoa,
What's
whoa,
bro,
stopping
you
whoa,
that
whoa,
clearly
whoa,
ain't
whoa,
been.
whoa. What do you
It's
mean either
Studa.
or? What do you mean either or?
Whoever
What do you mean
wins
either
that,
or?
whoever wins that match between Ryan or Mario Barrios goes on to fight Devin Haney for a
Okay,
unification
terrific.
bout for
Okay,
147.
terrific. Okay, terrific. But right now, since that fight's already happening, right now, what is Devin supposed to do?
Fight the mandatory! Jack Carroll! This right
For
there!
what? For what?
What do you mean for what?
For what?
So
That
wait,
motherfucker
wait.
not on the list.
Y'all
Why-
niggas, wait, let me not use that language. But y'all
Bro,
told me that Tank Davis need to fight his Mandos. He need to do this.
Who,
He need to fight mandatory. Y'all told
Who
me
said
this.
that?
That's what y'all
Who
told
said
me.
that? Who said that?
Y'all told Devin
we
Haney
said he
fans.
don't
Y'all told
fight
me.
his Mandos. We didn't say he need to fight him. We said he don't
You
fight
talking
him.
to me? When did I say that?
I'm talking about Devin Haney fans.
No. You're
Told
talking
me
to
that
me.
that Tank does not fight mandatory.
Pez, you're talking to me. When did
He
I
don't.
say that? I'm not talking about what anyone else said. I'm talking about me. What did I say Tank needs to do?
You said he need to fight his contemporaries. Didn't you say that?
I said contemporaries. Does contemporaries
Is
mean
Jack
mandatory?
Carroll not a Devin Haney contemporary?
Hold on. Does contemporaries mean mandatories?
Oh God.
God,
Yeah, it would mean a mandatory. If you're around my weight class
so I
and
said-
you have
I
a
said
name.
contemporaries, not mandatories. I said he needs to fight somebody. Or all these
so
people
wait,
in this picture
Drew,
takes mandatories?
Drew,
Or all
this
these
is-
people in this picture takes mandatories? Yes or no?
Drew, hold on.
Yes
Drew,
or
let
no?
me-
Yes or no?
all these people depends
I'm
on the
cutting
weight
through the
class.
red tape, bro. I don't want to hear nothing else, bro. Because you came on here with this bullshit. There's a list. Y'all
He
pick and choose. Y'all pick and choose what's popular. Tank can do what's popular and it's accepted. Devin says I'm gonna do what's popular and fight my contemporaries. And y'all have a problem with that. If he goes in there and beats the shit out of Jack Catterall, y'all gonna say it was Jack Catterall.
No, we're
It's a
not.
cherry
This
pick.
man
Who's gonna
It was a
say?
cherry
this man
pick.
says, well, fuck
That's
that.
not a cherry
When it was
pick.
asked to him,
You know who Jack Carroll fought?
it was asked of him about Xander Zayas, he said he's food. What I know about Xander is that he's a champion at a higher weight class. You don't pick on him. You go up and test yourself. That's
Hold
what
on,
you do.
let me
Now watch
say
this.
something real quick.
To say that Devin is picking on Xander Zayas is to say that Tank was picking on Mario Barrios when he could have fought who? When he could have fought who?
He was picking on
Regis,
How was
Josh.
he picking on Mario Barrios? Wait. Hold on.
Wait a
a
minute,
6
wait a
foot.
minute.
A 6 foot. Wait, no. We're gonna have a
Tell me,
conversation.
You're gonna
We're
tell
gonna have a
me-
conversation.
You're not gonna talk over
Xander
me.
Zayas is
Tell
taller
me-
than Devin, then,
Tell
fool.
me, if you're gonna tell me that Devin was picking on Xander Zayas, then you gotta admit that Tank Davis picked on Mario Barrios instead of fighting Josh Taylor. Yes or no?
I agree with that.
Prove it.
Are you
go.
right? But
And,
how
he-
come?
and dude, you was about to
Wait,
say Barrios is taller than Tank.
Can I
Xander Zayas is taller than Devin.
By what? 2 inches, you dumbass nigga?
It,
Bro, I
it don't
care.
matter. It don't
What do you mean
matter.
don't
If they
matter?
make the weight,
If you
if they make the weight, If they make the weight, it don't matter. Tyson was
5'5" listed.
Prez.
Man, get your soft man. I'm gone, bro.
Stop
Dudes
slinging
just
insults. No
some
one slinging
soft.
insults.
I'm not my bad. I didn't mean to insult you, bro. But come on, bro. You really talking about height?
No,
You
because
talking about height?
you all the time, Rich. You do this all the time.
Bro, you talking about height? Mike Tyson was the smallest heavyweight and fought everybody. You talking about height?
Don't allow me to speak. Hold on.
You talking about height?
I had some points to make across. So wait, you brought up a list. Where was Zen Desires in the list prior to Bill doing that shout out on his on the video call he had? I don't know
the whole list up.
Well,
who was there? Where was Zen Desires on the list?
Let me know when you want me to respond. You asked me a question. Can I respond?
Go ahead. I'm not gonna talk.
Okay. The reason why Zen Desires made the list was because nobody on the list was responding.
Nobody on the list was responding.
Nobody.
Keyshawn Davis is literally calling this man out right now.
Okay,
I just saw the video.
You want to talk about Keyshawn?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Keyshawn.
Keyshawn beat Ortiz. He called out Devin. The next day, he's talking about who?
Yeah, Louis Crocker. He wants a belt.
Louis Crocker.
Yeah,
wait, hold on.
Okay.
Louis Crocker with a belt, right?
Yeah, he has a belt.
At 147, right? Wait, hold on. Stop. Everyone stop. Louis Crocker, right? He has a belt, right? At a high weight class, right?
Right.
Zen Desires has a belt at a high weight class.
Right.
Uh-oh. What's the difference?
I mean, because Keyshawn wants to make a unification bout with Devin to unify the division at 147. That's what he said.
Keyshawn's at 140.
Yeah, he's at 140, but he wants to move up and fight.
Keyshawn's at okay. So what if Devin wants to move up because nobody on the list wants to answer?
He's not. But the thing is about the list. Zen Desires was not on the list.
Great.
Prior.
So he added Zen Desires because nobody outside of Brian Norman.
Keyshawn was calling this man out.
So now Keyshawn gets to move to 47, right? So then Devin turns back and says, "What's good?" And he starts talking about Louis Crocker, who's also where.
This sounds like ducking. I'm not gonna lie. This whole going up to Zen Desires, but 147.
Man, get out of here, bro.
Why is
Get out of here.
Yeah, Drew, I don't know how you do it with a dude like that. Like he brought up height, bro. This man brought up height.
Let these dudes talk. They tell you who they are 100%. You can't pick and choose. He's saying Devin is going up to pick on Zen Desires. Zen Desires is a world champion. You don't pick on world champions that are bigger than you. And Keyshawn just beat Ortiz at 140. And called out Devin. Everyone was cool. Then the next day, he started talking about Louis Crocker, who's also a champion at where? 147, which is a higher weight class than 140. So if you're going to go to 147 and say, well, I got options, why not take the big option in fighting Devin? I don't give a fuck about no bullshit you doing online and reacting Friday. Man, make the fight. Make the fight. And what happens is these low IQ tank fans come up here and try and point out fault. Everybody on that list didn't answer the call. You brought up Mario Barrios. Mario Barrios is at 140 minding his business with a fake belt. Tank goes up there, knocks him into a somersault. That's what happened. But the whole time, we was like, Josh Taylor is the prize. Why did he fight Josh Taylor? But he picked on Mario Barrios because it was an easier fight. He picked on him. But he don't want to talk about that. You would celebrate the Barrios win. So then he's talking about, well, you need to fight the winner of Barrios and this motherfucking faggot. Do I be talking about on Monkey Tuesday tomorrow? Ryan Garcia. Well, watch this. He ain't fighting Ryan unless he's getting in VADA testing, 24 hours. So if he beats Barrios, that's not happening unless he enrolls. So if Barrios wins, he still has to agree. And it's like whenever someone has an opportunity to fight Devin, they start talking funny. George Kambosos did it. Lomachenko did it. Teofimo did it. Shakur doing it now. Keyshawn doing it now. Boots talking about a catch weight. And it goes on and on and on. Devin too big. The man's going all the way to 154. He wants to fight Zen Desires. He said that's an option. Why? Because nobody on the list wants smoke.
Drew.
But Drew, he telling you how he feel about Devin when he say the smaller Devin finna go up and pick on the motherfucker. He telling you how much he respect Devin when he said that. That nigga, what's his name that you just? He respect Devin. He might be a Tank fan, but he respect Devin. For him to say Devin going up and picking on somebody, you respect Devin, bro. I don't give a fuck what he talking about. He respect Devin.
Every Tank fan knows that Devin will whoop his ass. They know Shakur will whip his ass.
Exactly.
They know Keyshawn will whoop his ass. Tank he's a whole Thanksgiving dinner.
That's why they put up so much protection
on women.
Here's
because
why.
If everyone else was food in comparison to Tank, I'll put this up again. Tank ain't fight none of these niggas except the nigga on the bottom middle, and he fought him to a draw.
And he running from that smoke.
There's no excuse for Tank to at least have fought at least 3 people here from 2017 to 2025. There's no excuse for it. But you let a Tank fan tell it, it's all their fault. They want to talk about pay-per-view sales and this guy not selling enough and the splits and everything else. Man, look, there's no excuse for that. You can't word salad me. You can't do that. I know what I'm looking at. And I'll be damned, I'm looking at Devin like, yo, what is the problem? The problem is Devin will whoop all their ass and they know it.
Why is Boots
Turkey Al-Sheikh, thank God for Turkey Al-Sheikh coming into boxing because he put all these motherfuckers on blast. The money's not the issue now. What's up?
Why is Boots too big, but Xander's not?
What do you mean?
Devin said that Boots was too big. He didn't want to go to 154, but now he wants.
He just got the 147. What are we talking about?
He just called out Xander. His dad's talking crazy about Xander, but he said Boots was too big. He said 154 was.
Did he say Boots was too big, or did he say I just got the 47? He just got there.
He still just got there.
Okay, watch this. Did Boots not say he wanted to be undisputed at 47? Did he say that?
But he was already moving up.
Wait, hold on. Answer the question. Answer my question. Did he say that? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so he moved up, right?
Was he? Yeah, exactly. Was he already moving up?
Devin got the 147. He moved up. Why did he do that?
Why did Devin move up?
No. Listen to the question. Devin just got the 47. Boots said he wanted undisputed at 47. He gets the 147. This motherfucker moves up. Why do you do that?
No, he was already moving up.
How do you know that?
Because it was already all over the internet. Everybody was posting videos about it way before that.
So why didn't he stick around to fight Devin at 47?
Because he had problems making the weight. How come?
Okay, all right. So the weight is the problem, right?
Why can't he fight him at 50?
Hold on, I'm asking you a question, brother. The weight was the problem, right?
Yeah, that's what.
Okay, so when I just told you that Devin was sticking around and draining himself at 35 and was willing to do that with Shakur, your response was what?
He sent him a duck offer.
Bullshit. And this is why I can't stand about you guys. That's bullshit. If Devin could drain himself to 35 to break bread with his half-breed buddy, then I don't know what the problem is. Y'all make you cap for Shakur and you cap for Boots, but and y'all say Devin's too big. Between 35 and 54, he's looking for the smoke, and y'all niggas don't respect it at all.
Why does he want smoke with Xander but not Boots?
What do you mean? Why does he want smoke with the Boots fight was there? Boots moved.
No, he wanted
Boots
him.
Moved.
Boots said he would do it at 54. How come he wouldn't go to 54? How come Devin?
What is Boots trying to do at 54 right now?
He's trying to fight Virgil.
Okay. So what are we talking about?
But he said he would have did it if they would have had a catch weight 152. But now
because he just got it. Well, hold on. Who makes the calls here? Why y'all want to flex A side, right? Why y'all act like Devin's not the A side and all of this shit?
He is an A side. That means he could do whatever.
Okay, so what are we talking about here?
So if he could do whatever he wants to, why is he ducking?
What do you mean? Why is he ducking? He told Boots, "I just got the 47. Come to 47."
He just got the 47. Now he's talking about fighting Xander. So clearly he's not too small.
But why would he call out? Why would he call out Boots when he's trying to make the Virgil fight? You just said that.
But they made the fight. Boots said he
What do you mean
would
before they do? He been trying to make the Virgil fight for how long now? A few months.
before they made it. They
No,
said
before he made it, he was talking some 52 shit. Now, what makes you think that Devin is gonna budge on catch weights, knowing that what he went through with Ryan Garcia? What makes you think he's gonna budge on that?
that's
Why should he budge on that? Why should he? When he was robbed, why should he?
Said he's the top dog. Why wouldn't he?
Why should he?
That's what Terrence Crawford did. He said, "I want."
No, hold on. Why should he? He was robbed, and y'all celebrated Ryan Garcia robbing him. And I know you the type that did that.
Because he said he's the top dog. That's why. You saying he's the top dog?
So he should concede to everybody. He should concede to them.
He should because he said he would do it for Xander. That's why.
Bullshit.
He said he'd do it for Xander.
He's going for Xander because Boots is caught up with this Virgil shit. And by the way, who's Boots' boss?
He could have did it for.
By the way, who's Boots' boss?
I don't think it matters. Hearn?
By the way, who's Boots' boss?
Hearn?
Yeah. So talk to me again how that's supposed to work.
Who's Xander's boss? Does it matter?
Bob Brown.
Thank you.
What's the difference? Who's Devin's boss? He's not
What
with
you mean? Devin's his own boss. Try again.
with his dad. So
Try again.
he could fight either one of them, but he chose to pick on Xander. Why?
No, what it is? No. You see, there you go. Pick on Xander. Did Tank pick on Barrios?
Yes, he did. Why does the top dog picks?
He did?
Yes, he
Why
did.
didn't he fight Josh Taylor? Why didn't he pick on Josh Taylor?
Because Mario was an easy lick. He looked at him as an easy lick.
It's an easy lick, right? Okay. Did Shakur pick on Edwin De Los Santos?
I think Shakur was overconfident and he thought De Los Santos was going to be an easy lick. He found out he wasn't.
All right, what was the easier lick, De Los Santos or Devin?
I don't know, the Devin.
Devin was the easier lick. Why didn't he take it?
Because he didn't all get offered the money he was deserved.
Did he make more money with Edwin De Los Santos than he would have made with Devin?
No.
Uh-oh. Stop it, bro. Stop right there. There you go.
They're not the same type of
Truth comes out.
They're not the same type of fight.
Come on, stop it, bro. You're reaching, and people hear you.
Yeah.
You should look at the comments. People see you.
Everybody,
People see you.
Everybody knows that Dominicans.
No, they don't know. What we know is you're from Jersey, and that's all I need to know.
Like that.
Go ahead, Rich.
Why is Xander not too big?
Hold on, give me 1 second, bro.
Uh-huh. Because Devin's a dog, and he wants the shits.
So why didn't he want the shits with Boots?
Because Boots has a boss, and he's tied up right now.
Got picks, and he's scary.
All right. Yeah, you know.
I mean,
everybody in this background is scary. Every last one of these knuckle draggers. Every last one of them. They're all scary. Tank's scary. Ben is a drug cheat. He likes eggs. Shakur scary as fuck with real pillow fists. And Keyshawn just he talk real big, his bark real big, but he a chihuahua with a microphone, with a megaphone. You want to prove me wrong? Sign the contract. Sign it.
See, Drew, I'm not gonna be one of these fans that come up here trying to find little trolling points to push his facts with Devin. The fact of the matter is, none of them dudes on that list jumped to fight this man. And you talking about this bullshit? He came to Boots. Why Boots was still at 47, and Boots said, "Let's go up." Now all of a sudden y'all throwing out Boots, but I don't get it. But every time this dude do something, y'all come up with somebody new.
Why?
Then that becomes a problem. Like, but hold on. But my thing is, okay, you want him to fight Boots and Godzilla and all these people. Do you got these same expectations for your favorite fighter?
They don't.
Because they don't call themselves deep.
No. I don't give a damn. Do you got these same expectations for your favorite fighter? Do you want your favorite fighter to fight all the toughest, roughest fights too? Or are you content with him because he didn't say it?
If my favorite fighter made a list talking shit like he
all right, okay, Drew, like you said, let them talk. Just let them talk.
Exactly.
They tell you who they are.
Hey Dave, you tried really hard this morning, but you're a liar, bro. You're a liar because the same people on the list that Devin fought or put on that list, Keyshawn and Ben and Tank and Shakur, they have access to those same people. And they don't have a list, bro. Well, I'm sorry, Tank had a list. You see how that went. You know what I'm saying? Shakur don't have no list. He positioned for money, and now money's not the issue.
Devin,
money's not the issue, brother. Money's not the issue.
He makes weight excuses, and then he calls out somebody at the same weight right after.
Dude, you're full of shit.
Who made a weight excuse?
Those
are full of shit, bro.
Those are two facts.
When did Devin make a weight excuse? Hold on. What weight excuse did Devin make? Just quote it.
I can't go to 54, and then he calls out Xander Zayas.
He never said he couldn't go to 54. He told Boots he wasn't fighting him at 152, a catch weight. He never said he couldn't go to 54.
Oh my God, these guys don't pay attention.
You just lying, bro. You capping. Cause you a Tank fan, so you trying to make this man look bad, and that's crazy. You ain't got to shit on Devin because you a Tank fan, bro. That's so childish of niggas. Just because you a fan of Tank don't mean you got to shit on Shakur, Devin, and everybody else. Just be a Tank fan.
Xander not too big. Why is Xander not too big, but Boots is?
Did you hear a word the brother said?
He said he's not fighting Boots at a catch weight.
Why
did you hear that?
Not fight him at a catch weight, but he could fight Xander at the full 154.
Oh my God!
Why wouldn't you want to fight at the full weight? That's better for you as the bigger man, fool. Make that make sense.
Because Devin's the A side, he's trying to concede something.
Exactly. Exactly. So Devin, come all the way up to my full weight. Don't drain me at all. Come all the way up to my full weight and fight me. That's the advantage on their side.
Let me ask you a question.
You hating so hard, you ain't even making sense.
Davey, let me ask you a question. Your thoughts on the Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney situation? Now listen carefully, family. Listen carefully. Your thoughts on that situation?
My thoughts are, it's not germane topic, but it was a fight that happened. It showed Devin's lack of skill, his lack of defense, and it showed that when somebody could get on the inside, he's cooked on him. When somebody could get on the inside on him, he can't defend himself but front him.
That's your thoughts?
Yeah, show his lack of skill.
Okay.
I just seen a bigger Norman on the inside.
Rich. You heard him talk, right?
Mm-hmm.
You heard what he said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, chat, you heard that, right? You heard that, right? Can I ask you a question, David? Davey?
Yeah.
Is Ryan a cheater?
Allegedly.
Allegedly?
Allegedly.
Allegedly?
I don't know how you do it, Drew.
Allegedly? So he wasn't caught? He wasn't caught?
Well, no, he was caught, but
what was he caught with?
Also under it was under some circumstances that wasn't up.
Okay, so he wasn't caught, but he was caught, but there was there was something like fugazi about him being caught.
With him.
Was he caught? Yes or no?
Yeah, he was caught.
Okay, was he suspended for a year? Yes or no? Huh? Was he suspended for a year? Davey, yes or no?
Wow.
Hey, Davey, I'm asking you a question. Davey, are you there?
Drew, to hate that thing, he can't even tell the truth.
Hold on, Rich. Because he's revealing himself now. We did that about an hour ago. But Davey, don't let your mic fail you now, brother. And I use that term brother loosely at this point. Ryan Garcia somehow exposed that Devin lacks defense on the inside. Now this man knows boxing. Hey, Davey. Now I didn't take him off. Now there's something wrong with his mic. This is God talking, y'all. This I didn't do anything. He's still here.
Wait, ask a question. Ask a question.
No. Well, I asked you a question, Davey. Your mic went out. I'm gonna ask you again. I asked you if Ryan was a cheater. You said allegedly. So I asked you, was he suspended for a year? Yes or no? And I can't hear him again. Davey, you going in and out, brother. Say yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, he was. Okay. Is Ryan Garcia a racist? Davey. I can't hear him.
Yes, he's a racist. You can hear me.
Oh, okay. Okay, he's a racist. So he's a drug cheat and a racist. And you're still talking to me about a defensive flaw on Devin Haney's part. Do you see what you just did? Do you see what you just did at all? Davey, are you there?
You can hear me, man.
Are you driving, Davey?
Hey, but Drew, you know, for Tank fans to be like, he ain't no drug cheat, he ain't no da da da. They don't realize they mans was the first one that had Ryan tested like that and start calling him a drug cheat.
Yeah, he don't want to. They don't ever want to talk about shit like that, bro.
All right, like why you niggas just can't keep it? Tank was the first one screaming, "You a drug cheat, and I'm gonna have you tested," and had him tested every day until the fight. But y'all don't bring that up.
And Devin compromised everything. He said, "You want to come in overweight?" They had to renegotiate the fight the day before, and they agreed. They agreed to have a clean fight.
Exactly.
Devin popped dirty. He came in overweight. I was there. The motherfucker had love handles. He was every bit of 185 pounds on fight night. Devin sacrificed the whole goddamn camp, kept the weight down, but Devin's the weight bully, right? And went in there with a fucking bionic man. And then he pops dirty, and I gotta listen to niggas like David D talk about a lack of defense.
How did Sean Haney know he was gonna pop dirty before he did?
Here we go with the Sean Haney shit. So you think that Ryan's not guilty?
Yeah, allegedly. Allegedly, nobody knows.
Man, that's cool. Then they just made all that up. Then they suspended him for no reason, took the win away for no reason. It just
he's gone.
Right.
He gone. Davey, don't come back to my channel ever again, bro. That's on Jesus. Don't come back to my channel ever again.
Yeah, cause shit like that just ignorant, dude. Like
fuck you.
You just stack
a lit flare. Fuck you. Get the fuck out of here. Don't come back.
Like you just that caught up on Tank that you just ain't gonna like. Come on,
nah, worse. He's a Shakur fan. He from Jersey. He a Shakur fan.
I'm a fan of Shakur's. I can keep it real. Shit,
No,
I can keep it real.
Part. Here's the weird part, Rich. You never hear me thrash anybody. I say Yo Loma got skills. I say Keyshawn got skills. I said Bud is a bad motherfucker. I just didn't understand his business moves at the time. I said Shakur's a bad motherfucker. Matter of fact, when they ripped Shakur over the Edwin De Los Santos performance, I was on here saying, nah, don't do that to him. That's De Los Santos' fault. They got to catch him. I said, don't do that to that kid. They showed people leaving the goddamn stadium, and he was in Jersey. I said, man, that's wrong. I said that. But wrong is wrong and right is right. See, right. When you let these dudes talk, they tell you what they're doing. Devin is such a marked man that he has to concede to everybody in every fucking thing. Nothing he does is correct. He has to. He goes up. They say he's a weight bully. He goes up. He goes to 40, still too big. Goes to 47, still too big. Now he's saying, fuck it, let's go to 54. Oh, why are you gonna pick on Xander? Xander's a champion. Or why don't you fight Boots? He just got the 47. Now Boots is trying to fight Virgil. Now he's supposed to intervene with that. Look, Devin could do no right. This is why I say he's the top dog.
Yeah,
I mean, they go up to heavyweight in 2028 and beat a champion, and they'll still say that there's a problem.
Yeah.
Everything has been debunked. Pillow fist, chinny, PTSD. He goes in there and fights Brian Norman and almost stops him.
Mm-hmm.
And now that's the problem. Now it's he shouldn't go to 54 unless he's fighting this guy. Well, Tank went to 40 and fought the wrong guy and got a knockout. And then when I say, hey man, stay at 40, it was 40's too big. And Prez, I see you backstage. You're done for the day, bro. Because when I asked Prez the other week, what do you want to see Tank do if he avoids jail? And I hope Tank avoids jail. He says, go up in weight and get as much money as possible. He didn't say an opponent. He said make as much money as possible. But then when I start talking about money in reference to Devin, all of a sudden he's avoiding Catterall. He's avoiding his mandatory. Don't no one care about no Jack Catterall.
Yeah, who dug Jack Catterall? Who dug Jack Catterall, man?
Because when it's about Tank, they talking about they're always talking about seat sales and all of this stuff. The days of that is done. My brother Rod Nail in the building. Salute, bro.
Yeah, that's seats and pay-per-view talk. That shit, that's bullshit. That's over with.
It's dead. Thank you, Turkey. It's dead. Rod, what up, bro?
Turk got rid of that. That type of reason.
I'm not gonna be before you long, brother. I just got Drew. I just got a couple things to say. You know, one, if Devin just got to 147 and he hadn't officially had a fight at 147 and he the A side, why would he move up any further to take on Boots at a catchweight? That don't even make sense. That's number one. Number two, Boots said he wanted to be undisputed, and the person he should have fought was supposed to be Brian Norman Jr. That's the person that he ducked. He ducked out the division when he was supposed to fight Brian Norman Jr. Devin moved up and fights the guy that Boots ducked and washes him. So again, that makes no sense. Number three, if we go all the way back to the past for the 25%, I guarantee you this. If Devin Haney was a different nationality, no matter how much money he made, nobody would have been crying about 25%. Undisputed is undisputed. Nobody would have been crying, but because it's Devin and Bill, he got to give Shakur 40% when Shakur had not fought one pay-per-view. He barely had a title at that. He done missed weight a couple times at that, but you want Devin to bend the knee to Shakur? That makes no sense. Now I'm gonna bow out. Peace out, fam.
Salute, Rod. Thank you, brother. And just to reiterate, I didn't even go there. Devin came to 147 in one fight, fought the guy that Boots ducked.
Yep.
They don't want to talk about that. I neglected to mention that.
But Drew, then you get Prez and them talking about why is he trying to go to 54 when da-da-da-da-da. Man, you Tank niggas was just on the internet talking about how weak 47 is and he cherry picking if he fight this person and he don't need to fight Rolly, da-da-da-da-da. Now he said I'm gonna go up to the division above that and you niggas still got a problem with it?
Yep. 100%.
Like y'all bitched about him being at 147. I pray he don't fight Rolly and he cherry picking if he fight this person and that and da-da-da-da-da. All right, let me go get Zayas, a 2-belt holder.
Yep.
That's a problem.
Boots is on there. He's on his way trying to fight Virgil Ortiz. But then when he ducks Brian Norman, goes to 54, Devin shows up to face Brian Norman. Then he says, well, Boots, what's up? Well, I'll fight you at 52. No, man, I just got the 47. I'm about to take care of the work you were supposed to take care of, nigga. What's up with that? They don't want to talk about that. See, Devin got to do everything. My brother, Coach Hudson in the building. Salute, brother.
Salute, brother. Can you hear me?
Love that picture. Eddie Futch. Yes, sir.
Man, peace to the brothers on the panel. Peace to everybody in the chat. You know, I just love sitting back and watching my brothers lay that truth down and pull that spirit of contentiousness and bitterness and jealousy out of these COINTELPRO boxing fans. Does anybody notice by now that when these people call in with these same talking points every single time, if you just keep talking, it's either these two things. Either they are a sympathizer of racist like Teofimo Lopez or like Ryan Garcia, or they are diehard Tank fans. There is something wrong with them. Now, at first, when I was listening to the brother, and I'm listening to our brother Drew lay down the facts. The facts is this. Every single thing that you all have tried to put against this brother Devin, when he passes the test, now you move the goalpost. It's getting so disgusting. Think about this, family. We have gone from a pillow-fisted 135 narrative to a 135 weight bully to a now somebody who needs to go up to 154 and is picking on Xander Zayas, so he needs to fight Boots. You all are hypocrites, you are liars, and you all are some of the biggest threats to the Black American fan base of the sport of boxing. You act like you are our brothers. You act like you are our sisters. You come among us, and the only reason why you come among us is because you are not welcome at the other tables. You are not welcome with other communities. So you have to come amongst us and act like you are of the brotherhood and act like you give a damn about the sport. And watch this, y'all. When they first come in, what do they say? Well, I'm a Shakur fan. I'm a Tank fan. I don't hate Devin. So they align themselves with a black face so they don't look like the coons that they are. You are self-hating. You are contentious. If you are Shakur fans, when the brother Drew Titan and the brother General 78, when we were talking about the Tom and Jerry disrespect of Shakur Stevenson, I didn't hear of you all then. I didn't hear you all call in and because you're a liar. You're a goddamn liar. You're a hypocrite. And I love that the whole sport of boxing is sifting you out. Because guess what, family? We know your talking points at this point. At this point, there's nothing else you can say to me. And as a black man, I have to speak to the man for a second.
Sir.
As a black man, for you to see a brother like Bill Haney come out of what he has come out of and put his family and his lineage in the position that they're in now, and you still hate, you call in and you have no smoke for Eddie Hearn. You have no smoke for Max Kellerman. You have no smoke for Teofimo Sr., but your smoke is for Devin Haney. That's why when we're talking as black men that's been through something, with all due respect, prayers, don't nobody want to hear what you talking about. You are a young brother, and you never listen when Drew is trying to tell you something. You're too busy trying to respond. I'm so sick of some of you, but guess what? Today is a new day. Because we have Zuffa Boxing. Today is a new day because you have the Ring magazine. You have Turkey Al-Sheikh in the sport now. But every single time this young man passes the test, he knocks down Brian Norman Jr. And now you all say, well, Devin Haney doesn't have any big wins. Devin Haney goes to Australia without his team once, goes in and defends it the very next time. And for those of you that have amnesia, Kambosos is the one that came over and beat Tio. Now, who was Tio? Tio was the one that they said was going to be the next great undisputed champion. Tio was the one that they said was going to be the one to beat them all and clear out the division. And what happened?
He lost to a colonizer.
Kambosos came over and changed the whole script. So guess who had to go clean up the street again? Guess who had to bring the belts back on over to America? It was Devin the Dream Haney. How dare you all sit up here and put this metric on Devin that nobody else has to follow? Devin can't offer Shakur 25 when Devin put up with all the crap that he had to put up with to even get the fight with Kambosos. And if he didn't get that fight with Kambosos, if he didn't go with the terms that Top Rank was asking for, he wouldn't have got the fight with Loma. So you mean to tell me that Devin can do all this, but Shakur is already in a position where he does it? You all are double-minded and double-tongued, and I appreciate our brother Drew for having the patience to show them and show us exactly what we are dealing with and the spirit that's inside of traitor-ass, self-hating niggas amongst us.
That's right.
I'll land my plane there.
Hey, and the crazy part about it, when Kambosos went to Australia with the belts, 5'5" could have went over there and took him.
That's right. Say it again.
That's right. And let me tell you something. I say that all the time. There was a whole lot of belts being exchanged at 35. Tank was there the whole time. He was there the whole time. This is before the legal troubles and everything else. He was there the whole time. Tank could have cleaned it up. And all I ever said was, let's see it. If Tank is that, if he's like that, I said, great. I said, this kid Devin Haney's with the shits. And this is before I knew him. I said, hey man, this kid Tank is that dude, but this kid right here. And then I started making a comparison. I said, you know what it seems like? It seems like if I'm to make a comparison, because then after a while, this kid started getting in trouble out the ring. I said, it seems like this kid is Mike Tyson, and I'm looking at Devin. This is the Evander Holyfield remedy right here. That's what it's looking like. But I said, eventually they're going to fight. And you know what? They never fought. Shocker. Let me read these super chats real quick. I missed a bunch of them. Let me see. Brandon in that super chat salute, he says, at no point in boxing history has a challenger for undisputed gotten 50-50. Devin offered him more than what he got for the belts. Yes, 25%. I think that was the limit. But what Shakur was getting with that limit, a shot at undisputed, first time on pay-per-view, that 25% was going to be his highest payday. And not for nothing, Devin was going to be drained. And Shakur said that out loud. There was no excuse for him not to take that fight other than his fans having more faith in his ability than he did. My brother Eric Jordan in that super chat.
I was mad. I wanted him to take it. I was mad.
Yep, I couldn't understand it. Eric Jordan says, shitty cuz ain't nothing but a duck to that ninja sword.
Give power to my nigga sword!
You already know. Mrs. Shelter says, Drew, I don't see how you deal with these tards. I have them on here for a reason. So y'all can see we're not making shit up. We're not bugging. Rob Neal in that super chat, he said, if Dev was a different nationality, I guarantee he wouldn't have said 25% was unfair against the undisputed champ. Exactly. And by the way, 25% was within the rules. He wasn't lowballing him. Look it up. Everyone comes up there. What it was Shakur wanted more money.
Yeah.
I'm bugging. Didn't he try to go to Bob to get more money?
He went to the WBC.
Okay. And he loves telling on people because he did it to Jamel Herring.
He went to the WBC to petition about the fight, but Devin had already was like, fuck it, I'm going up anyway. So, and that's why Shakur ended up fighting for the vacant with De Los Santos. But me being a Shakur fan, I felt like he should have got his ass in there with Devin for that 25%.
Look, it was a winnable fight. It's on pay-per-view. He could have got 4 belts in one fight. We could have been celebrating those accolades back then instead of waiting for him to fight Teofimo, a guy that we knew he was going to beat 2 years later. All right? Bullshit.
Yep.
Lamar Griffin in that super chat, he says, fam, Dev sent 3 offers. I didn't even get to that because, we couldn't get to the nitty-gritty because that dude, David D, was just so low IQ.
He didn't.
The final was 25% of the entire event. And the entire event, that's what I'm saying. It was more than what that's why I asked people, did he make more money with Edwin De Los Santos than he would have made with Devin Haney? The answer is no. 25% of the entire event to include all 4 belts for undisputed plus pay-per-view. $7 million plus, which he still hasn't made. He has a promoter and an advisor that rip his pockets. So whatever he made, I think he made $10 or $11 million against T.O. He probably saw half of that. He'd have made more fighting Devin, and it was a winnable fight. I keep saying that. My brother Scott in that super chat, he says, I don't rate Xander that highly, to be honest. Well, I mean, he has a belt. And if nobody on that list wants to get active, shout out the active squad, right? Then why not move up? They say Devin's too big anyway. Devin has disarmed everyone's argument in the course of like 18 months, and I'm loving it. It's hilarious. Daryl Alexander in that super chat, the brother says, he says, not only that, but if our brother didn't take short money, they would have called it a duck anyway. He can't win for losing. That's a cute picture, you and your baby, man. That's cute, brother. That takes me back. Salute. Yeah. No matter what Devin does, it's ridicule.
Mm-hmm.
This is crazy work. And to hit, who's ridiculing him the most?
It's
It ain't the
them.
Mexicans, it's us.
Yeah, but it's us, but it's a certain group of fans that's doing that because, truth be told, he running laps around that nigga, bro,
Yeah.
and they hate it every time he accomplished something. Shakur Sermon, for anytime they accomplish something, they hate it. They pick Canelo.
Yeah, of course.
Like
Of course.
they don't want nobody to get shine but dude. And it's like he don't even care for that. Like he ain't on that, bro. Like,
Man,
and y'all come to these channels and hate when they got channels, y'all can go over there and D-Ride and love that man all day on them channels. Go over there.
they can go over there, man. Listen, man, I gotta pack this up, man. Rich, man, always welcome. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you. Yes, sir.
Yeah, for sure, Drew. I'll tap
sir.
in every time.
No doubt, brother. Shout out to everybody. Van Moselle, Super Chat. Shout out to Coach Hudson. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Coach Hudson. Further proof that there's more afoot to this game of boxing than what you think it is. And it's okay to have a favorite fighter if he's from your neighborhood or from your state or it's your cousin or your neighbor. It's all right. But you know what? There's a lot of fighters active right now in New York that I don't fuck with because I've watched what they do. Chris Colbert, he's from New York. I was ready to rally behind the young brother, but what did I see? I saw nonsense. And shout out to El Rayo because all I saw was the work. He got in there with El Rayo and got flatlined. You know what I'm saying? Edgar Berlanga, born in the Bronx, living in Brooklyn. I'm watching him like, all right, you're doing all of this. You're doing all of this. All you got to do is perform now. And what did I see? To me, he's not living up to the hype now. You can call it hate, but am I lying? What happened? How did he look in his last fight? I'm like, oh man. I went to the presser. He's doing all that. He was super thug. Rang, 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 bop, bop, bop. And I'm like, all right, bro. All right. All right. You doing all of that? You doing all of that? You got to win. And what happened? He got smoked. I said, well, shit. Jarrell Miller. Want me to keep going? Shout out to Shoo. I see the work, brother. Keep grinding. And I hold you to a high standard. Just keep working, brother. And I'm going to talk about you. If you start effing up, I'm going to talk about you. And you know what? No one's ever going to call me a liar because I don't have to lie on anybody. I just have to say, look at that. Now, how you perceive it is crazy. And what it's clear. It is so clear that Devin could do no right. And I'm fine with it because I know the truth. There's a list. And all these motherfuckers are on it, by the way. There's no fight. It's not because of Devin. It's because of him. And to reiterate what my brother Rod Neal said, Devin came to 147, and in his first fight, he fought the guy that Boots ducked. And then when he said, Boots, let's run it, Boots was talking about 52. He said, I just got the 47. What we doing? Why do y'all want Devin to do all this moving around? And y'all acting like he's not the A side. Why does he have to do all of this moving around for people that ain't worth it? He's the star. And yes, at this current junction, right now as we speak, he's the fucking A side over Tank. But by the way, y'all got to stop using this A side, B side thing. You know why? It's not like that under Zuffa. It's not like that under Turkey. Y'all guys want to fight? How much money you want? Because I got it. So the money situation is done with. You could tell Turkey, hey, man, I want 10 milli, but I want 10 milli after the fight because if you give me 10 milli, I'm only going to get 5 because I got to pay my trainers and my camp and this, that, and third. I'm sure Turkey be like, all right, I'll pay them. And then I'll pay you. Just fight. Drew, he ain't going to do that. Guess what? There was a lawsuit that Devin Haney was about to win against Ryan Garcia. You know why that lawsuit got dropped? Because what he was suing Ryan Garcia for, Turkey paid DHP. Do y'all know that? Pay attention because he said it. The lawsuit got dropped because Turkey compensated. But the deal was this here. Win and y'all fight again. Devin's been winning. And what happened with Ryan? He loses the Rolly. Guess what? They said, hey, y'all can still fight. What did Ryan say? I broke my hand. And now he talking. Shakur, yeah, I'm going to call out Devin. You just talking. Tiafimo, hey, man, yeah, it has more motion, right? You fucked around and lost to Shakur. But prior to that, it had motion when you was 3 belts up. You never want to fight him. You said that. Keyshawn, yeah, I want Devin Haney. The next day, oh, yeah, Lewis Crocker. I have options. And now you want to pull up on Pookie's block and entertain the audience. Yeah, real funny, but they say everything but fight.
Faggot shit.
Don't miss me and Stormy tonight. Noise on Culture. And tonight, it's Pep Talk 10:30. The first maybe 30 minutes is going to be on YouTube. I'm going to end the stream on YouTube. And I'm going to finish it on Rumble because what I have to say is not for the ears of YouTube. Okay? So y'all make sure there's going to be a link I'm going to put on Pep Talk. Y'all follow me over on Rumble. It's going to be raw and uncut over there. General should be on, man. Bronx on deck. Love y'all.
Move!
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.